Guys, on this installment of PJ Cooks Sexy Food, we're going to be cooking for our favorite four-legged friends, and we're going to be making homemade dog biscuits. Yes, that's right, we're going to be making pumpkin peanut butter dog biscuits. So let's get started. The ingredients for our homemade dog biscuits is as follows. We are going to need 2.5 cups of whole wheat flour, 2 whole eggs, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and half a cup of pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling. When you buy your canned pumpkin, just so you know, they usually come in about a 15-ounce can. What I'll do here is I'll measure out the remainder of the pumpkin into 8-ounce portions, or half-cup portions, pop it in the freezer so when I ever want to bake dog treats again, I have it ready to go. So let's get started. In our mixing bowl, we're going to combine our flour, ginger, salt, and cinnamon together, and just give it a gentle whisk to combine the dry ingredients. Right on top of that, we are going to add our 2 eggs, the peanut butter, and the pumpkin pie filling, or the organic canned pumpkin. Once all ingredients have been in the bowl, we are just going to stir to combine. See, our dough looks a little dry, so we're just going to add a little bit of water at this point, just until everything starts to come together in a nice ball of dough. So our dough started to come together. I went in and started now working it with my hand, just kneading it just slightly. Then I'm going to wrap this with plastic wrap, and I'm going to let this sit for a couple of minutes, just for the gluten in the flour to relax. Our dough has been resting. We're going to take off our plastic wrap. We're going to take our board, we're going to generously flour our board, turn out our dough, generously flour the dough on both sides, all around, and now we're going to begin to roll out our dough. At this point now I rolled out our dough, we're down to a 1/2 inch thick. Now I'm going to use some cutters. I have all different size rounds that I'm going to use. You could use any shaped cookie cutter you want. If you don't have cookie cutters, you can take a pizza wheel and just cut it into squares like this. Or you could just use any different size cookie cutters like I am here. This way we have all different sizes and different shapes for our puppies to enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out all these cookies, put them on a lined baking sheet, and be right back. I went ahead, I cut out my first set of dog cookies. Now I have all these scraps left over. I'm going to just roll those back into a ball. I'm just going to roll that dough out again, and we're going to cut some more out of that. In the meantime, I'm going to place the first tray of dog biscuits that we have. I'm going to put those into our oven, which is at 350 degrees, and we're going to let those bake for about 30 to 45 minutes. Our dog biscuits were in the oven for about 30 minutes. I took them out. I had put them on a wire rack to cool. We're going to let them cool completely for at least an hour. Stored in an airtight container, they can last up to a month. I've never had a batch last more than a week. We spoil our puppy. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I hope you make it at home for your four-legged friend. And once again, thank you for tuning in to PJ Cooks Sexy Food.